So you've seen all of these celebrity endorsements of ICOs, and infamously, apparently, Floyd Mayweather's been involved in a number of them. Not why you would take investment advice from Floyd Mayweather, but in any event, the SEC came out today and said that there may be an issue again. Sort of a non-qualified response to it with celebrity endorsements, and the reason this is important is this sort of harkens back to the origination of penny stocks and the pink sheet markets, where for a long time, and this is to a large part gone away, but still exists, you had paid promoters, and for a period of time, those paid promoters, especially when you got in the dot-com bubble, when the internet became sort of a haven for getting advice about investments and the like, those paid promoters could pump a stock under the guise of news or under the guise of legitimate press releases or something to that end, and the public could view that as having been non-biased advice, sort of the origination of fake news, if you want to buy into that. But the reality is the regulations today have changed such that when there is paid promotion for a security of any type, there has to be a disclosure on what that party is being paid. So if you look at sort of your high profile penny stock websites, or you get spammed with penny stock promotion, something like that, you'll see at the bottom or somewhere it's some sort of disclosure, which is now legally required, that says such and such company was paid X for that promotion. Well, it begs the question with an ICO, and again, it's a non-committal committal, where the ICO is actually deemed to be an offering of securities, whether these celebrity endorsements, or anybody for that matter, whether they have an obligation to disclose the compensation that they're getting. Obviously, they're getting something. The question is what, right? And again, it goes back to the concept of, as Joe Q Public, if I see this promotion and Floyd Mayweather's out there dancing around saying invest in this ICO, why am I doing it, right? Do I really believe that he's involved in it and he's got his own money in it and he believes in it, or is he getting paid to act like he does, which is obviously the latter, and that's the case with a lot of these. So the rules that the SEC is intimating would apply relate back to the early sort of days of online pump and dumps and penny stocks and the like. And I think again it would only really apply where you have ICOs, which are deemed to be offerings of securities. Again, if the ICO is clearly not within the ambit of securities laws, which I've talked about a lot of times before, I don't think that a paid promoter would have to disclose his compensation. And to the extent that it is securities offering, the question becomes, outside of the high-profile celebrity, do a lot of these different companies that offer ICO promotion work, which there's a lot of them, and a lot of them do a great job and do a legitimate service, because online promotion is really essential in the sense of an ICO. To what extent do they, if it is in fact an offering of securities, do they have to disclose their compensation? But for now, again, another sort of amorphous shot over the bow from the SEC in terms of who has to do what. But with respect to any sort of paid promotion, whether it's somebody notable or the sort of token press release done by a third party, or even you see a lot of reputable cryptocurrency based websites offering placement, do they have to disclose the fact that they're being paid? And I think the answer is probably yes, in the event that ICO again is deemed to be an offering of securities, which right now most can be thought to be not securities offerings, but the one that clearly are, I think you're best served by adhering to these regulations regarding disclosure of compensation for promoting these ICOs, because it looks very, very akin to the early .coms and how paid promotions started online with the penny stocks and those operators. So wanted to touch on that. Check me out, bitcoin-lawyer.org. Cheers.